Thank you. And I would like to invite the next speaker, Dr. Dhananjay Gopal, Associate Professor, Guru Ghasidas, Vishwavidyalaya, Bilashpur, Chhattisgarh. Uh, Professor Gopal, his interest is metric fixed point theory, particularly fuzzy metric spaces. And he completed his PhD at 2006, and his title is On Some Fixed Point Theorems. And while I'm going through his website, I have seen that the list of the publications was very long, and 67 papers. I think it was updated some 2-3 months before, and now definitely it would be more 10 more papers we may add. And he's authored of 4 books. All are some international standard publications, and he is closely associated with the Thailand group in fixed point theory groups, and he has visited Thailand, South Africa, Iran, Nigeria, and I hope that 2022 he has been selected as a visiting professor for Spain. I congratulate sir, and he has completed his 4 PhD. So he has, 4 students has completed PhD under his guidance, and the 2 are ongoing. And his international collaboration is having a very vast list, and I hope that he is one of the very notable person in fixed point theory in India. Really, I'm telling that. And particularly my guide, Professor Veeramani, used to tell about him very long. Whenever we are discussing about some conference or anything, then first the name he used to refer is Dhananjay Gopal. So from that time onwards, we are very closely associated with Professor Gopal. I sincerely thank Gopal for his really his contributions are very, very interesting, and particularly very recent his book on metric spaces. It was very interesting because this semester I am handling a metric space theory for undergraduate students, and I'm referring most of the time I used to refer his book for some particular problems. This book contains a lot of exercises, some not lot of interesting exercises. That is the very thing we can quote it. He is an editor, and he is a guest editor for so many journals, particularly Thailand. He is closely associated with the group Professor Pum Kumam, and with this introduction, I invite Professor Dhananjay Gopal to deliver his lecture in this international conference. Thank you.
Good evening to all of you. First of all, Professor Shankar Raj, please confirm my voice whether it is audible properly or not.
Pardon, sir? It is hearable, audible, sir, very nicely.
Okay, fine. So, once again, good evening to all of you. First of all, I must thank Professor Som sir. Even I am so much junior. Even then, he's, treating me like his children are his student or brother. So in all that kind, thank you very much, sir, for giving me opportunity to join this group, especially to learn something with your vast experience related to the conferences and other things. And apart from that, thank you very much, my friend Shankar Raj, for the nice introduction, but it's not like that. We are the student still, and we are trying to learn the things. But anyway, once you talk about the Professor Veeramani, then we say that, yes, we have Professor, very well, everybody know who try to work in this particular area. So thank you very much without wasting my time. But at the same time, little bit apologize because at the same time, the National Mathematics Day is organizing every part in India, not only India, abroad, of course. And it is our pleasure that the great mathematician, the genius, the Ramanujan, everywhere world is now celebrating his day. So that is our, achievement for the world, not for India. It is achievement for the world, having such a great genius person, Ramanujan. So now, please allow me to present my slide.
Thank you, sir.
So Professor Raj, please confirm again the slides. You can
Yes,
see.
sir. Yes, sir. It is visible. It is visible. Please use
Okay.
Control L. Control L to maximize the slide.
Oh yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yes.
So may I
Yes.
proceed now?
Yeah. Please, sir. Please.
Okay. So um, you can see that the title of the present talk is about the topology of non-triangular metric spaces and fixed point results. Um, in conferences or workshop, especially in conferences, there are lots of the genius mathematicians like Professor Khamsi, Professor Petrushal, and many more. They have already given inspiring lectures that motivate us. But the topic this I have chosen because recently, the last year only we have seen some ideas. Possibly we can do it, and then we tried in this particular the area in the metric spaces, which actually now I am going to present here. So yes, of course, we have this outline. But the point is that we'll see, especially when we talk about, as Professor Khamsi has mentioned in his the first lecture, about some of the generalizations, like even the metric spaces are some, we can say that. Then he talked about the idea of the modular metric space, modular space. And then that time, of course, it comes that what about these generalizations, whether there are some applications or not. So there are some generalizations for which we actually have applications, and the work is still going on. But for some generalizations, we need to find the applications. So that is a different aspect. Like in, I will come to that when I present the particular slide. I will little bit talk about just kind of brief things. So as we know, especially those who are working in fixed point theory area, that how this fixed point theory and applications, this is only a few contents that I am trying to in this particular slide, that everybody know that there is a metric fixed point, topology fixed point, and related applications. So these are, the way how the topological fixed point, starting with the Brouwer, Kakutani, then there is another, of course, the Sauder is also there, and there are many more. So there is especially the metric fixed point theory, and lots of people, including me, usually work in this particular area. Of course, in terms of applications, we have lots of applications, but that is a different things. Is not related to the present presentation. Yeah, now, so according to the title of this presentation, the topology of non-triangular metric spaces and fixed point results. So with related to that, the title non-triangular metric spaces is recently introduced by Khojaste. We'll see in the reference. So actually, it is a kind of the generalized form of the classical metric spaces. But we know that there are lots of generalization of metric spaces. We can see here some of them, like B metric space, W distance given by Takahashi and his fellow colleagues, the partial metric, and then so the partial metric like G metric, 2 metric actually, then G metric, probabilistic, fuzzy, and then there are, of course, the cone metric, complex valued metric, graphical metric. There are some other metric spaces. So for today, particular this presentation, there is a two particular metric which is relevant for us, like JS metric and non-triangular metric. But at this point, we know that the partial metric space, which is introduced by the Matthews, they have actually, there is a paper in 1992. Actually, the paper is 1992, and basically we cite 1994, but we can see somewhere the citation. Once we cite 1994, we usually cite also 1992, because The first one is in 1992, and there is 1994 is some kind of more general way. So therefore, usually the 1994 paper is cited. The partial metric space he introduced in terms of he observed something related to the computer science that is called the domain theory. So therefore, there is an application or the motivation where this metric is actually introduced. And recently, of course, there are the metric spaces for which we have the applications. Even this fuzzy metric spaces also have somewhere applications in image processing and some other also. I have some paper, I know some paper, of course, many person know, especially the researcher from Spain like Valentin Gregory and his team, Oscar Verolo, Ramaguera. These are, they have team and they have the paper on fuzzy metric spaces which have actually applications. Even recently in 2021, recently the paper is appeared in fuzzy sets and system that talk about the application of fuzzy metric space, a specific kind of application. So the point is, of course, in fixed point theory, we know that there are the way to generalize the conclusion of a mapping which actually assure the fixed point for the mapping. So either we can have the mapping which is in a broader sense, or even we have the metric space or the generalization of metric space. So these two metric space, JS metric space and non-triangular metric space is our present consideration. So let's see. So this is a definition of JS metric space. X is a non-empty set and D is a function. And for each small x, define a set like this. Then such a D, the function D is called a JS metric space if the following conditions we have. I mean, we are naming it JS1, JS2, JS3, like D1, D2, D3. And the JS is, of course, you can see here in the reference, Jalali and Samet. They have actually introduced, and they have, I mean, we are now using like these conditions 1, 2, 3 in terms of JS1, JS2, and JS3. So now, from the definition itself, every metric space is a JS metric space with k is equal to 1. So this is a nice setting they have done, that if k is equal to 1, then it converted to, I mean, then every metric space is a JS metric space with k is equal to 1. So this is a convergence of a sequence. I'm not going to elaborate more because this is a simple idea in classical metric, and so is try to carry forward in the generalized metric spaces. Now this is a theorem. Let XD be a JS metric space, then the limits of convergent sequence is unique. If by any means, if we have idea and if we can generalize a metric space, classical metric space or the known metric spaces, then we must try to have this kind of theorem that the limit of convergent sequence is unique, especially because we wanted to establish the fixed point results. So we know that in fixed point results, we need the sequence where it is converging, and so the mapping is going to be fixed there. So this theorem is everybody, those who are working and try to generalize, wanted to have this result. The limits of a convergent sequence is unique. So this was given by Jalali and Samet in 2015, the idea of JS metric space, and then they established fixed point results in the sense that they actually generalized the earlier known results because of their metric space is more general. So inspired from this idea of JS metric space, Khojaste and their colleagues introduce the new metric space, the generalization of metric space, and they name it non-triangular metric spaces. There is a reason why they have given the name non-triangular metric spaces. So let us see the definition of non-triangular metric space. So the first two condition is similar to JS metric space, but third one, that is NT3, because it is like a non-triangular metric space. So this is NT1, NT2, and NT3. So the third one has something you can see here. So third one says that for every xy belongs to x and a sequence xn in x, such that in the limiting case, the distance between xn and x is 0, and further, in the limiting case, distance between x and y is 0, then we have x is equal to y. This third NT3 is, of course, different from the JS3, and the idea behind giving this NT3, we'll see very soon that they wanted to actually have the same theorem number 1, that is the limit of a sequence in NT, I mean non-triangular metric space, is actually going to be unique. So you can see here, this paper is recently appeared in Mathematica Slovak in 2020. So now we can see that if dxy is equal to 0, then taking the constant sequence x in NT3, this NT3 is actually, we have x is equal to y. Now you see this, the one, let xd be a JS metric space such that the set cxdx, which we have earlier in the JS metric, in the definition of JS metric, you see this set, this kind of set. So if this set is going to be non-empty, then let's see what is happening. It's non-empty for each x, then actually xd is a non-triangular metric space. So if you have a JS metric space and the set is non-empty, then it is going to be non-triangular metric space. What about this one? Is every non-triangular metric space a JS metric space? But this kind of observation has not there in the original paper of Khojaste. So let's see an example. This example, we have a specific, we try to set it in a way that we can see that this XD is a non-triangular metric space, but not a JS metric space. Sorry. So this is because of the NT3. So now, so JS metric is actually a non-triangular metric space in particular sense if that set is non-empty. Now the question, is every non-triangular metric space a JS metric space? So answer is, this is a dead example that is not necessarily true. Now, with this, actually we have another observation. The non-triangular metric spaces are a generalization of the JS metric space. You see here in some sense. However, in general, the two concepts are independent. So this actually we observed when we are reading the paper of Jalalian, Samet, and Khojaste, that in general, these two concepts are really very different, are independent. So let us see the example, which the first example related to the remark. This is a specific example. You define this D as a kind of constant, then actually it is a JS metric, but it is not a non-triangular metric space because it is not going to satisfy NT1. So now, of course, this is a definition of convergence sequence in non-triangular metric space. It is almost carry forward similar to the JS metric space. The convergence of definition of a convergent sequence in JS metric space. Yeah, as I try to pointed out that the setting of NT3, the conditions they have given is nothing but guaranteed the limit of a convergent sequence in non-triangular metric space is actually going to unique. So this is a Cauchy sequences in non-triangular metric setting, definition of Cauchy sequence. So this we know, therefore I'm not going to much elaborate on this particular point. This we know that is a definition of a Picard sequence. So why this Picard sequence we are considering is because we are going to establish the fixed point results. Of course, I will talk about the topological aspect of this metric, non-triangular metric. But before that, I am just recalling this Picard sequence in connection to establish the fixed point results in non-triangular metric spaces. So everyone know who are working in fixed point theory what do you mean by Picard sequence. Generate a specific sequence starting from a particular point. So these are some hypotheses or results we can say, which we actually will use when we prove the fixed point theorem in this particular metric space. Let X be a non-triangular metric space and T be a mapping such that it satisfies condition number 1. That means any Picard sequence Xn based on at a particular point X naught. If Xnk and Xmk are two subsequence of a sequence Xn such that we are getting this particular number L. If this is happening, then this L is equal to 0. This is second one. For any X naught belongs to X, if there is a subsequence Nk in N such that in limiting case, if this is happening for some X, then this is going to be true. So this is small x is, of course, I mean, this is related to the Picard sequence. This 1 and 2 is related to the Picard sequence. This is a orbit at particular point X naught. So if X naught is a point such that this orbit is going to be bounded in R, then T has a fixed point. Now, the before presentation is to set up little bit to talk about the fixed point results in coming slides. Now, earlier we saw that actually the JS metric space and non-triangular metric space are, of course, in general, they both are independent. Now, in the paper of Khojaste, they have only defined the non-triangular metric space and some examples. They have not talked about the topological aspect of that metric. So this is now what should be the natural way to define a topology on a non-triangular metric space. So the non-triangular, because they are actually not using the triangle inequality, actually they have the NT3, which is not, I mean, is not actually the triangle inequality they are not using. So therefore, they have given the name non-triangular metric space. So of course, this is a definition of ball. We know very well how to define a ball in a metric space. So we know that the ball play important role in defining open sets in metric space because we have the triangle inequality in our classical metric space. But in non-triangular metric space, we have NT3, but we actually do not have the triangle inequality perfectly. So I mean, the triangle inequality we do not have no longer the triangle inequality. So we cannot guarantee the personal ball space of every point in a ball. So the ball themselves need not be open in this definition. That means in the setting of non-triangular metric space. So let us see how this is going to be so. So the first one, I mean, of course, we wanted to have the definition of open set, but the problem is that, yeah, we go back. The idea is in from the classical metric space to define an open set, and I mean the ball, and then so that for the use it for the defining open set. But the problem is here that we are in the non-triangular metric space. So what is the way to move forward about the talking about the balls and the open sets? But of course, there is another way to have there is idea of closed sets, and so the complement then the open sets. So since we have the properties of sequences also in metric space, and so in fact, the non-triangular metric space, it motivates us to define the closed sets in terms of the sequence. So we are going to actually start with the closed set to catch up the or to move forward for the open sets, possibly. So let us see. So this we define the closed set in non-triangular metric space using the properties of convergent sequence in non-triangular metric space. So Professor Shankar Raj, everything is going well. If any problem, then just suggest me, inform me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine, thank you very much. So this is we can define the closed sets in non-triangular metric space using the concept of convergent sequence. Yeah, so the definition of closed sets is natural in the sense that it matches with the characterization of closed set in metric space in the sense of, the idea of convergent sequence. Okay, so now we wish to have the properties of closed sets in non-triangular metric space. So therefore, we have this theorem number 4. What it says, the properties of nothing but the properties of closed sets. So instead of going to have the open set in non-triangular metric space, we are actually using the idea of closed sets, because that is our the path from where we can possibly reach to define the open set in some way. So now we can define the open set because we have the properties of closed sets. We have already have the closed set in non-triangular metric space. So the natural way, the complement of closed set is open. Then we can derive the properties of open sets in non-triangular metric space like this. So theorem 5 tells us that the collection of all open sets is indeed a topology on the term open sets with this theorem, the openness of ball. Now we have the theorem which we want in non-triangular metric space, that is openness of ball. But you see here in this theorem how we are saying the ball is going to be open set. You see this something we are using, let X be a non-triangular metric space such that for any sequence Xn with this property, we have this one. This is very, very important. I mean, the distance between Xn and Y approaches to distance between X and Y when n tends to infinity. So this theorem 6 is about the balls is open in non-triangular metric space. Oh, but what about non-openness of ball? Because we are in the non-triangular metric space, there is not the perfect triangle inequality. So this is an example which tells that in a non-triangular metric space, consider this kind of ball. You can see this, this ball. Then what we can see here, this particular ball is not open. So this particular ball is not open because its complement is not closed. So this example tells that in non-triangular metric space, the balls may not necessarily be open. There is a useful property, property C. Possibly this property C is introduced by Korean mathematician. That paper appeared in 2008 in fixed point theory and application, and it is this paper is really very, very very fine paper, because the authors have given so many examples which actually is related to the metric space which do not have the triangle inequality and what we call the symmetric space. So this property is there. So we have borrowed that property from that. I mean, the idea is from that paper. So why this property is here? What is the significance for our perspective? Let us see. In theorem 6, the hypothesis says that the non-triangular metric D has property C. Where is our theorem 6? Yeah, openness of ball. So ball to be open in non-triangular metric space, we need a property C. Not only this, if D is continuous, then D automatically have property C. What do you mean? Metric. So our classical metric automatically have property C. So if D is going to be continuous, then D has a property C. Now we have theorem 6, 7. In non-triangular metric space, a set G is open if and only if for every small x in G, there is a sum R such that this ball belongs to G. I mean, this theorem 7 is, we wanted to have in the same sense which we have in classical metric space. Now there is an open question related to this aspect of, the openness and related property in non-triangular metric space. So theorem 6 gives a sufficient condition, property C, for the openness of ball in a non-triangular metric space. Is property C necessary as well, or are there non-triangular metric spaces without property C in which all balls are open? This actually we do not know. So this is a nice problem to consider those who are working in metric fixed point theory. Now, so this part is about in non-triangular metric space, what is the idea of openness? Because we need it. Actually, we need the Hausdorffness. But is it possible that if there are the metric spaces which are do not have Hausdorffness, even then they have the unique and the limit for sequence? So this is in this perspective. Now we are coming to the next one, which is if once we have the new metric spaces, then we love to have the fixed point. The concept there, because then we can say that we can generalize the original Banach contraction theorem in a specific metric spaces. So for that, we have considered actually the Zeta contraction and what they involve the simulation function, because it has recently appeared in around 2000. And one of my friends, Satish Sukla. So these are the properties they wanted to have of a function which is called the simulation function, and the notation is the Zeta. This paper, Filament, is nowadays a very highly cited, one of the paper which is getting more citation, maybe more than 200. So this is Zeta contraction introduced by the author Khojaste Sukla Radnavik in 2015. This is a Suzuki type Zeta contraction. So this is we inspired from the paper of Suzuki and then the Khojaste, and then we introduced Suzuki type Zeta contraction, which is appeared in 2017. So now this is another idea we need asymptotic regularity. So we are using in the non-triangular metric setting this definition, which is similar in terms of we almost carry forward from classical metric spaces, the idea of asymptotic regularity. This is a property K. So property K is introduced by ourselves in 2017 because once we have a more general contraction kind of mapping, then we need something to establish something more than the previous one to establish the fixed point result. So this is a property K. Yeah, it is there in the paper in 2017. This is a property D. The reason is that this property K is we used because we are working in a metric space or classical metric setting. And now we are actually in the non-triangular matrix setting, which is more general than the classical metric. I mean, because of we do not have exactly the perfect triangle inequality, but I mean the different aspect NT3. So this property D, we derive it. We need it to prove a fixed point theorem in non-triangular metric space. So this is a theorem number 8. In a non-triangular metric space, if T is a Suzuki type contraction, then T is asymptotically regular at each point. So once we have the Suzuki type contraction, then it is automatically asymptotically regular at any given point X. So now the next, the main theorem is that in a non-triangular metric space, every Suzuki type zeta contraction with property K as well as T. Further, if the P-chord sequence based at a particular point x naught is bounded, then T has a unique fixed point. So this theorem is, I mean, the Khojaste, they have proved for the zeta contraction, fixed point result for zeta contraction in non-triangular metric space. So we go further and actually we prove the fixed point result for Suzuki type zeta contraction. This is the another one. So we can have also the unique fixed point. So this is the fixed point aspect in non-triangular metric space. Now I am going to take a few more minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes. There is I mean, another paper appeared very recently inspired from the idea of JS metric space, and they gave the name strong JS metric space. So why I have considered, because there is a reason. You can see there is a new possibilities which I am going to mention it. So this is a definition of a strong.
Mr. Gopal,
Yeah.
sorry for interrupting. Can you conclude a little faster, because there are some more paper presentations.
Yeah, fine. Only 2 to 3 minutes. That is enough for me now.
Please.
So this is a definition of a strong JS metric space. I will send my slides. You can see fine there. So this paper appeared in this idea appeared in this paper. So then you can see that every strong JS metric space is a JS metric space. Now, from the definition of a strong JS metric space, if K is equal to 1, then a strong JS metric space implies the JS metric space. In fact, there is another, you can say, there is a implications related to the strong JS metric space and B metric space. Now, the point is, we have the non-triangular metric space in one hand. We have the strong JS metric space in another hand. Then is there any possibility of having a strong non-triangular metric space and corresponding theory? That means you can talk, is it possible to talk about the open balls and open set kind of things, like a properties, whether the property C kind of things will be there? And what about the fixed point consideration? So the purpose of this presentation is to introduce some of the newly aspect in generalized metric space, like non-triangular metric space, strong JS metric space. So there is a possibility of having the possibility of new work, that one question which I mentioned earlier, and the other one that what about the strong non-triangular metric space and the corresponding fixed point theory. So these are some of the major references. The main content of my present talk is recently appeared in filament. So these are the references which actually I used in my the presentation. So this is another one, the mathematics Slovakia. The non-triangular metric space is introduced in this particular paper. So thank you very much for your kind attention and patience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Gopal. Is there any doubts from the audience?
Sir, I have a question to Sir
Yeah,
Gopal.
please.
Okay, so is it true that every convergence sequence is Cauchy in non-triangular metric space? Every convergence sequence is Cauchy in non-triangular metric space?
Because of the unique limit, it is yes.
It is yes.
Because you see that NT3 is nothing but they wanted to have the unique limit of a sequence which is converging. So yes.
So don't mind. I have introduced the concept of I-metric space, and in this year, published in Design Engineering Toronto journal, and that is not in this sense, not non-triangular metric space.
Oh, that then is great. That is there may be possibility of having a different metric setting. Depends on the idea, of course. Yeah.
Okay, and continuity of D ensures the C property, but is the converse true?
That is a very right question. Absolutely. So in non-triangular metric space, D may not necessarily be continuous.
Oh.
And not only that, because
no, sir. In let us have a non-triangular metric space having property C. Then D is continuous. Can we say?
Then D is continuous.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it is
then D is continuous. Yes, then D is continuous. Property C is a very crucial role, of course.
Actually, I realized from your lecture that actually just in the definition of non-triangular metric space, the inequations conditions skipped, and instead of that, uniqueness, some notion of uniqueness of limit point of sequence, and that has been captured here.
Yeah, that is the crux. They wanted to prove the fixed point result, so they don't want to, the all in whole space. Then they don't want to everything in whole space. The particular sequence they wanted to choose, which is actually have the unique limit. That's it. So that NT3 is there.
Okay, thank you.
But D, the distance, that means in non-triangular metric space, the D which you are defined may not necessarily be continuous.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, please. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Sir.
May I ask some question?
Sir.
Basically, I enjoyed the topological property of the structure. And what is the personal ball?
Yeah, that is the point, that the personal ball may not necessarily be open in non-triangular metric space. Is it possible when we have the property C? This is possible when we have property C in non-triangular metric space.
So there is a definition of personal ball.
That is the same. I mean, what we have in classical metric space to define the ball.
So you can say the personal ball.
Personal in the sense, the particular point which we are considering. So therefore, the personal ball. In general, it is a ball. In the given metric space.
Also open ball and closed ball.
Yes. So the ball, that means we wanted to define a ball which is going to be, open ball. Because we wanted to have the topological.
So I have if you are using the JS metric space, you are defining some kind of the set.
Yeah, a specific set, yes.
Some set in which the distance is less than about some particular the number. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Since it is not the ball, that's why not the open set. That's why we should not say that is the open ball. If
Please
you are
repeat
saying
once again.
open, if you are saying open, okay,
Som sir. Som sir.
Yeah, please
means
continue, Sahu sir.
uh,
Sir, do we have a paper presentation now, sir? Professor Som?
Sir, please complete your the query, sir. Sahu sir.
yes, you have one set here. I'm asking about if you don't know the openness of the some particular set, then we should not use the word open there. Okay, this is just my point.
Okay, okay, okay. I
Okay,
mean,
you
yeah,
can say the open in some sense, and you are having some set just in the your Slido, and just some
maybe
set at the definition, the beginning.
definition of JS metric.
Yes, 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 yes. How it is different from the complete topological spaces?
Uh, can you see the definition of JS metric space, sir, here in the slide?
So what will be the geometrical structure? Maybe there will be some nice possibility about the geometrical structure of CXDX.
Yeah, CXDX.
Set.
Uh,
So this has a nice geometry and it depending on the D.
yeah, of course, depends on the D. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it depends on the say X also and depend on the D.
Yes, yes,
There is
absolutely.
a new structure maybe that can be defined. Okay, anyway, there are many more things and it can be discussed later on. Okay, maybe Dr. Shankar Raj will not allow us for this question.
But just I want to because this your I mean suggestion is absolutely I mean we can think on the particularly how we can explore this. But I also want to mention that I wish to mention that even the in this particular metric, especially like JS or non-triangular metric space, how to define the continuity of a function in that particular sense, because we actually not have the triangle equality what we have actually
No, no,
discussed. So these are also I
if
mean
you
the
make
points
some
where yeah
topology,
please
that can be handled. If you make some topology, then it can
yes
be handled with the topological aspect,
yes absolutely
not in
absolutely
the sense of
absolutely
the metric. Okay,
yes
in the sense of the topological, that may be
yes
possible. But
yes yes.
this is just my view.
No, it is correct because I just wanted to inform you that because of the definition, motivated definition, we are recently defined this. I mean, anyway, but we'll discuss further about this. The new,
Okay,
I mean,
okay. There are
other ideas.
more instruction than the application part is limited also, but
Yes, yes,
topological aspect is nice.
yes. Thank you,
So
thank you.
thank you, Dr. Shankar Raj.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Chance
And
in
Professor Gopal is always available. You can make a query at any time.
okay.